we basically can run into any sort of EQ or compressor that we want. I'm going to bring up one of my favorite go-to plugins. It's just an Ssl Channel Strip. I like it because it has all the little basic options that you need. It's got an EQ, it's got a compressor, it's got everything you really need. So let me just record a quick riff here. All right. Now let's go ahead and just kind of listen to that. And let's talk about some EQ and compression basics here. Some basic type of movements and things that we need to be aware of are we're usually looking for more bottom, and by bottom I mean low end, and or a little bit more top, being high end. So I generally just kind of stay within the top band on an SSL and the low band. I really don't touch the mids because you can really destroy things and go wrong. So you need to be really conscious about those. If you're going to go into carving out some mids, I like to use a rule, and that rule is the 3 decibel rule. Don't boost any more than 3 decibels, don't cut any more than 3 decibels. We're really not trying to change the tone too much. We're really trying to change the tone at the source. And if we're having issues with the tone in the mix, we need to make sure that we've done everything possible in our signal chain to get it to work. So just some basic things that I like to do with a guitar if and when I'm using EQ and compression. I'll show you, and by just looping this, I like to increase a lot of low end. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put this at 9, and let's set this at 100 hertz. See how that sounds. Cool. Sounds great there. It also happens to be at 8.3, which is a reverse 38. It happens to be my favorite number. Yep, so just worth mentioning. Anyways, let's see if we need a little bit of higher on there. It already has a lot of top. If anything, we just need some more bottom, which is why we want to blend in a mic. Cool. Again, just to kind of reference, I said the 3 dB rule. The only reason I'm boosting so much bottom right now is because I'm going to show a different microphone in conjunction with that. So if I was boosting this much bottom on the bottom before actually tracking, I would consider throwing in another mic to capture more low end, or moving my microphone if I'm unhappy with how much low end there is. So just a thing worth mentioning. The next thing is I really like the Ssl Channel Strip dynamic section on guitar. It's a really cool compressor. I like to set the attack or the release the fastest, slow attack, and maybe I'll use a 3-to-1 ratio and or a 2-to-1 or 4-to-1. Nothing really higher than that. And I'm looking to maybe just shave off the first light down here. Again, a 3 dB rule, maybe just a 3 dB of compression, really no more. So there we go. Let's loop this real quick. So there it is with EQ. Let's bypass it and let's listen to that again. Cool. If we're going to get into talking about mid EQ, the most common thing that people like to do is they like to notch out a little bit of harsh top there. It kind of gets nasally, and it kind of sounds like it's got this weird kind of roar going on. So I'm gonna boost this quite a bit here. Let's boost that 15 dB. It's gonna be loud. And let's just kind of sweep around until we find the part that sounds disgusting, and then we'll get rid of that. Let's cut that 3 dB. Let's do. So with that being said, I don't really touch the low mid too much. I try to leave the bottom pretty normal. If I really do touch the low mid, it's going to get into the 300 hertz area, and we'll do more or less kind of the same thing. Maybe a kind of normal bell size, and again, you can hear kind of the power of a decibel. A lot of people don't really respect a decibel. They'll just boost things like 6 or 9 or something like that. But just little decibel changes, little things really do make a huge difference. So that's why I like to stress the 3 dB rule. When you're tracking, if you can make just little 3 dB adjustments along the way, then you're going to get much further with the results. Cool.